Good morning, everybody. Well, it's actually, what time is it? 1 p.m. Guess it ain't that good morning. Well, it's 1 p.m. now. Whenever y'all see it, I don't know what time it's gonna be. So yeah, guys, I had to park here today, or last night, because this truck stop it's just getting ridiculous, guys. I mean, I hate to be ranting and talking, noise about this stuff all the time, but it's getting ridiculous on parking. Like, there was nowhere to park, and the parking spots, well, actually not even the paid parking spots were available. So I had to park right here, if you guys can tell. I'm parked in the driveway to the Denny's and the truck stop here, which really sucks because I have to deal with not just us. I mean not just me. I mean a lot of drivers out here have to deal with finding a way. Now I got to find a way to back out of here, or to get out of here without messing anything up. Fix my microphone real quick. But yeah, guys, it's like I said, it's becoming ridiculous, and it is what it is. Now we got a lot of. Here's I don't know, guys. Do you ever? I watch a lot of YouTube, so obviously, but have you ever noticed? It's called van life. People giving up their houses and living in vans, and so there's one there. There's another one there, and then there's a few more down there. And people live in these things because they're nomads. They like to be going, be everywhere, go different places and stuff. And another because you just can't afford to have a house anymore, so they decide to buy a van and live in the van. There's another one right there. And they live in the vans, and some of these people live in cars. Could you imagine living in a car? I mean, I know in our trucks, it's really not that big, but at the same time, it's a different deal because our stuff is set up for this. But a car's not set up for living in, especially not to live in. And you see, guys, I don't know if you can tell yet. Let me get closer. There's see these all these trucks right here. Normally they call bobtail. Normally they don't have to pay to park. Now these truck stops are taking advantage of this whole situation with the e-log, and the e-log is what really started all this to get even worse. Is all these little things right here, these yellow deals, those are all paid parking now that we have to pay for. And it sucks because we're not only tired and stuff like that, and we have to also pay for parking. I know I've talked about it before, and it's just something it's kind of annoying me that. And then not just here, out there in the main parking lot, about 50% of the parking is now paid parking, and it's not cheap, guys. To be paying $18 to do, to pay for this, it's ridiculous. So you can read that sign right here. And it's mostly this company here. I'm not going to verbally say the name, you guys can see, and a couple others, but that really do this. But the one that I normally fuel at hasn't started yet, which I'm expecting eventually they're going to do it, or hopefully they just give it up and not do it at all. So yeah, all these guys are van life right here. That one there, and those all the way down there. And I hate to start this morning talking about something negative, but it's just something that we have to deal with out here. Turn y'all around so I can talk to y'all. But yeah, it's just something that we have to deal with out here on the road. And unfortunately, it seems like it's not getting any better. I'm not saying the e-logs are messing everything up, but you know, we have to deal with stuff like this. And then on top of that, you know, we deal with people driving like idiots. Sorry, but that's true. And so I mean, a lot of all this stuff just combined makes it hectic sometimes. And normally this type of stuff here happens on these major highways, on the back roads and stuff like that. You're normally okay. Why? Because a lot of trucks don't travel down that way, and there are little truck stops that you can park at and stuff like that. But these big ones, like here in Tulsa, there's only this is a major city, guys. Well, I consider it a major city. It's big enough. I mean, it's not that big, but it's big enough. And it's only got 2 truck stops. Actually, I think it's just 1 Flying J. Or I don't know. I think it's only just 1 truck stop. And that's, I mean, it's crazy. Like for all these businesses around here, you have 1 truck stop. It's hard. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry I had to start it off like this today, but it is what it is. It's life on the road, and it's things that we have to deal with and adapt to because things are changing all the time. But we're gonna keep on rolling and keep on going. Just got through doing my 10-hour break, finishing it up. I'm gonna go in and get some coffee. I already ate something this morning here in my truck, and get ready to do my pre-trip and get back on the road, guys. Head to Midland, Odessa area. Woohoo! Excited about that one. So we'll see you guys a little bit later. Well, guys, finally got out of there. Just got through making it out of where I was parked. Now I'm gonna take you guys to all my friends and family that follow me. To all you guys that aren't truck drivers, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of the struggle real quick. I'm gonna go through this parking lot. Now I should have gone the other way to get out of here, but I wanted to show you guys something. See all these trucks that are parked right here on the left of us? All those trucks, that's not parking. That's not truck parking. It's just where we have to find to park. Like, we have no choice but to park there. And straight ahead from where this truck's coming through right now, there's all the paid parking. Call my friend, have to say hi. Alright, so they're all parked there. Now we're blocking, of course, blocking the way for people just to be able to get out of here real easy. I have to wait to take turns now. You see how I had to wait for them to get out so I can get in. All these parkings in front of us are all paid parking. Ooh, look at that truck right there. Woo. Nice. That's a nice truck. All right, so like I said, all the parking spots on the right are all paid parking. And yesterday, from where that blue truck right here on the right to us, right here immediately is, there was 2 more trucks parked next to him out towards this way, right? And then next to this green tilt truck right here, there was another one parked out. So even if you wanted to get into any of these spots to the left, there's no way. And then where this black truck right here is, there was another one parked next to it, and again to the left, There's no way, possible way that you're gonna get into those spots. Well, not unless you're just in the truck by itself. Or, you know, just the bobtail front of the truck. Alright, so let's make our way around here. I don't know what this guy's doing. There are some spots right now. He's trying to get up against the curve. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he even knows what he's doing. Golly. There's a couple of spots. There's a couple of spots you could have got into. I already saw that they're open now, but when I got here last night, man, there was no way. So all these trucks on the left, that, you know, that's not parking. Now, who is to blame for this? Really? To tell you the truth, it's a mixture of all of us, really. Not planning correctly like we should on our part. But I mean, if it's the only spot, the only truck stop within, you know, 30 miles, 40 miles, you're losing those miles because you got to cut it short. That's what I had to do. I had to cut it short last night because this is, after here, there was nothing for the next 30, 40 miles. What else can we blame? Truck stops. The truck stops because, not because they exist or anything like that, just because they're charging for parking. And sometimes you'll see parking spots that are open on the chart where they charge, but they'll still be blocking like those trucks right there are blocking. Now that wasn't the case last night. I mean, last night it was just everybody was in the way. There was just so many trucks, cars and stuff. That was just the way that worked out. Who else can we blame? Let's do government. Government for these e-logs becoming so anal about it and not giving us the opportunity to sometimes do a little extra because we need it to get to a truck stop or whatever. But then again, you know, as truck drivers, we would take advantage of that too, and you know, use that as part of our planning. And that's not what it would be for. It would be to be able to get us, you know, that one time to that truck stop. Because you're not going to be behind every freaking time. I mean, this doesn't happen. I mean, the truck stops getting like this happens every day, but as far as you know, planning correctly, I mean, you can plan correctly if you really have to. But just sometimes it is what it is. So we're leaving Tulsa, continue our trip, headed to Midland, Odessa area. I'm actually going to a little town north of there, like just north of there. And but yeah, guys. I mean, this is our daily struggle. And like I said, we all have part to blame in this. But what gets to me the most is these truck stops. That, I mean, this one is not bad, but there's another company out here that, like, there's a truck stop in Hammond, Louisiana. There's a Hammond or Slidell, one of the two. They're right there. That 90% of their parking is paid parking. And it's not like you can go buy something and you get the parking for free. No. It's 90%. And they got a security guard out there And if you want to park like these other guys parked out here today, he kicked them out. Now I understand you're running a business and you're trying to make money, but at the same time, are you going to risk somebody's life because you don't want to let them park? I don't think that's a good trade-off. Do you guys think it's a good trade-off? Because if that driver is so tired that he can barely continue working, and you're gonna kick him out of there, and he's forced to go down the road to find another truck stop, and something happens, of course it's the truck driver's fault, right? It always is. But it could have been avoided by you just letting them stay there. Some scales do the same thing. Like Florida props up to Florida. I don't know which all other states allow you to do this, but Florida encourages you to stay at their scales. And it is against Florida law, DOT law, that they can come and not sleeping. It's against the law. They cannot do it. Now, states like Mississippi and Alabama, them weasels will come to a rest area, guys. A rest area where you're supposed to be able to sleep and come knocking on your doors to wake you up. Just to ask you for your e-log. Or just to do an inspection. Like, really? What? You're in your break time where you're supposed to be asleep. So now you done stop this guy from sleeping, and now he's gonna go down the road and have a wreck and kill a family or kill somebody or himself? Come on. That don't make no sense to me. And that's the thing, like, there's not a uniform law. There's not a uniform law where everybody has to follow the exact same rules. Every state has their own rules. And to keep up with every state, I tell you guys, they change all the time, and it gets hectic. It really does. It's annoying that they keep on changing the rules. Why can't they all have the same federal law, federal rule, and leave it all the same? And then you got all these Rambos, like Houston PD DOT, or Harris County DOT, that they're out for the money. They're just out to get it. I've been DOT'd by the same guy on a Monday and got DOT'd by the same guy on a Friday. And I told him, and he put me, we get a sticker, guys, for you non-truck drivers, we get a sticker that we put on our windshield, and they get put one on your windshield and one on your trailer. The trailer, well, you don't always get the same trailer, but back then I was hauling the same trailer, so I had both stickers. And that stickers are supposed to, they mean something. They mean that you, for 90 days, you shouldn't get DOT'd because you got DOT'd by a DOT officer. So you got inspected, everything came out good, and everything. So this guy put the stickers on me on Monday. He DOT'd me again on Friday, and I told him, I said, sir, isn't it 90 days? And he said, I can DOT you whenever I want, however many times I want, when I want. Whoa, okay. I said, well, so I guess them stickers don't mean nothing, done. He said, yeah, they do. I said, well, I guess they don't because you put them on there and now you're saying that they don't count. And he started getting a little irate, so I just let it go. Why keep arguing with him? You're not going to win. Just let it go. If he gets you a ticket or whatever, deal with it. It's better than him really going underneath there and really start writing you up for dumb stuff that doesn't make any sense. Which they can do. So, that's Houston PD for you there. And they did it, and they always have these little deals where pull you in these parking lots and search you, and like I got searched that time too. I got searched with a dog and, and everything. I mean, I get it, because I mean I was coming from South Texas, you know. I get that part. If they want to search my truck, whatever, I ain't got nothing to hide. But the DOT part, like the inspection part, like you don't honor your own stuff. That don't make no sense. I don't know. But anyways, guys, just another rant day. Ranting and raving. I'm sorry if I bore y'all with these rants, but it's just things that we all have on our minds out here as truck drivers. Believe it or not, 90% of us have that on our minds, just thinking about why things can be improved for us. But yet our prices of getting paid for the freight and our fuel prices are always, you know, going up. Well, we chose this job, like I was told before. You chose this job, so deal with it. Yes, sir, I did. And I'm dealing with it. I'm still here. Oh, man. Well, we're going to get on out of Tulsa, guys. Probably catch you guys a little bit later, since this is the beginning of the day. Probably see you guys a little bit later. So we holla at y'all in a little while.